14 appointments per day. Now that's insane. Okay. Most insurance agents they dream of 14 appointments. I mean, when I was in the field, getting 5 appointments, phenomenal. I remember I had days where I had 8, I had 9 appointments. Now, I want to go ahead and talk in this video as far as how you can get 14 appointments per day. And you're probably wondering, Emmanuel, how were you able to make such a bold claim and actually say such bold statement of 14 appointments? Like how? How was that ever possible? Now, last week, I was talking to the sales manager, Nikki, which majority of people who are on the platform have either spoken to Nikki or have spoken to one of her sales team members. And I was like, what's the most appointments that we're booking for one agent per day? She's like, about 14. I'm like, 14, right? I'm like, 14 appointments. I'm like, okay, so run me through the numbers. And she's like, well, this guy has 14. This guy has 9. This guy has 8. This guy has 7. And I'm like, first off, 14. When I was in the field, 14 appointments per day is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, when I mean phenomenal, it's phenomenal. Because if you have 14 and you have a show ratio of 70%, 60%, you are bound to close deals that day. Now, I want to go ahead. I'm not guaranteeing that you can get 14 appointments. I'm not saying that if you follow the strategies, 14 appointments is what you're going to get starting off. But obviously, it is possible. It is possible. So in this video, what I want to go ahead and cover is how you can at least get close to that number of 14. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 7, whatever number you're comfortable with. We're going to go ahead and talk about that in this video. Okay. So the first one to talk about is it possible? Absolutely. 100% it's possible. Totally. You can do it. You can get the amount of appointments that you choose that you want. Okay. You just have to set your mind to it. This is not a motivational video as far as me trying to motivate you. I'm just trying to talk to you about little strategies that you can take to get yourself to whatever that desired goal and desired number is for you. Right now, what will I need to set 14 appointments per day? Okay. What will you need? Now, you have to understand something is to get 14 appointments per day, it's not a matter of, oh, you just sit and then you pray and you're like, oh my God, today I am going to get 14 appointments. Yes, yes. Yeah. And God's like, nah. That's not how it works. That's not how you get 14 appointments. So let's talk about this agent and what this agent is doing to get to this number, right? Leads. The leads are very, very, very important. Now, a lot of people will say this, that all leads are the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not all leads are the same. Very honest. If I give you a lead that is 180 days old and I give you a lead that is fresh off the bat and they actually want to talk to you, completely two different leads, right? Now, is it that all leads are the same? No. Okay. Not all leads are the same, but you have to understand something is there are a few things that go into a lead, such as the intent of the lead, such as how are they acquired? Let's say you acquire a lead by actually educating them. Okay. A referral that's a lead is a higher quality lead than the lead is generated off the internet. So you have to understand what leads you're working with. Now, this agent's working with their agency generates their own leads that I do not have access to. So I can't really comment or refer you to that lead vendor. But we have lead vendors that we partner with, such as HOF Leads, HOFleads.com. We have LeadRilla and we have Pipeline Leads. You can go ahead and go on the CRM right now. If you have your CRM logged in and you will actually see Pipeline, you will see LeadRilla, and you also see HOF in the menu phase as well. So you can go ahead and go ahead and purchase leads from lead vendors, right? Now, I'm going to say this. If you're purchasing old leads, just very, 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 it doesn't matter what business you're in. I'm going to tell you, it does not matter what business you're in. If you are purchasing old leads, then I want you to keep this in the back of your mind, okay? That cheap is the most expensive thing you can do. Cheap is the most expensive thing you can do. If I spend $1.80 to purchase a lead, I might need 100 of them to be able to make 3 appointments. Okay. And that's $180 to get 3 appointments versus if I get a more premium lead for $40, I might only need 1 or 2 to be able to get 1 appointment. Right. So you have to understand the quality of the lead is very much going to determine the conversion ratio. Okay. So now it's so interesting when people come, we have batches of agents that bring data, not leads, data. Like Nikki was telling me, this agents will bring 3,000, 4,000 old data, just data. They don't even know how it's generated. And then they're like, you're not giving me appointments. You're not giving me appointments. It's like, well, you've given us data and we're running through it. And out of 1,000 calls, 1 person answers. I mean, you have to understand something. That's data. So you have to understand is how you getting your leads, how are you sorting your leads? Those are all factors that go into you converting and setting more appointments. So very important to understand. Lead vendors, I'd say Definitely. Let me go ahead and put this in here. Let me get my little camera thing here. Nah, doesn't work. That's fine. Okay, number 2, the CRM. CRM. Okay, now a lot of people do things manually, and if you understand, and I'll say this as an insurance agent, most insurance agents really don't ever go above and beyond into actually setting up systems. Most people just do what you're told. Okay. And that's the easiest way to actually fail in the industry. That's the easiest way to fail in business. That's the easiest way to fail in life. If you just blindly follow what people tell you, do your due diligence. Now, RIZN results in the CRM. Our CRM is 100%. It is designed by an insurance agent for insurance agents, which is yours truly. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to use our CRM. Like I said, we have different products. We have the virtual assistant product. We have the CRM product. We also have the self-generation where you can generate the leads yourself product. We have the website product. We have different products that we can offer you. But you can get HubSpot. You can get Salesforce. There's a bunch of CRMs out there. But what the key things that you need in a CRM is you need a CRM that can auto dial your leads, okay? That you can call multiple leads at the same time, okay? Reason being, Kixie is a good one. We're testing them out right now as well for people who like to cold call. I'll talk about Kixie in a future video. But what you need in CRM is you need a way in which your CRM can integrate with other platforms. It gives you the ability to auto dial your leads. It gives you the ability to send text messages, email them. It gives you the ability to, run everything as far as your marketing all in one. Because here's the FYI. Just because somebody opted in to become a lead today doesn't mean they're going to buy today. Being very, very honest with you. If I opted in to become a lead today, does not mean that today I am ready to give you my money. Okay, we're generating leads because we're running different campaigns across Horizon, across Facebook. We're running campaigns across different search engine networks. We're running different campaigns, and I can tell you this is just because somebody booked an appointment with us, either way, does not mean they're going to buy that thing. We use different incentives to be able to incentivize people to buy as well. It's the same way you have to understand something is. You have to be willing to nurture the person. You have to be willing to nurture them through the sales cycle. Send emails because it might take. I had an email where I emailed this client for 3 months before they actually booked one appointment. 3 months. Just imagine that. So you have to understand something is you need to keep nurturing them, and that's the beauty of your CRM. And you need to keep calling them too as well because. Being honest with you, 25% of your leads are only going to be contacted the first time. So if you buy 100 batch of leads, only about 25 of them will be contacted within the first 3 days. And after 3 days, it might even take, I think Grant Cardone says it takes about 8 or 9 follow-ups to make one sale. And I'm going to tell you something. I went to the 10X Growth Con, and Grant Cardone salespeople are beasts, animals. What I mean, they will hammer in to get the close, okay? He trains hungry people. Now, why am I saying you need a CRM? It's just understand. Hey, I spoke to Emmanuel on so-and-so day. I spoke to this guy so-and-so day. Hey, I did this so-and-so day. But then you still got to keep hammering them. You still got to keep calling them. And that's the beauty of a CRM is, and then you can keep track of the past records and past conversations. Number 3, I'm going to talk about this is good compensation. If you're a business owner, your compensation is pretty much whatever you structure your products and your profit margin. Let's say you're selling like an e-com product and your profit margin is 30% and your average ticket item is selling for $11, $12. You're only making $4 to $5 spread. You need to sell a lot, and you can't really afford to do much on marketing because if I'm making $5 per sale or $5 per product, I need to sell about 100 products to make $500 profit. Okay, so unless you're getting orders of 100 to 200 orders a day, you don't really have that much money to invest in marketing. So your compensation is really not ideal. If you're an insurance agent and your compensation is 25%, 40%, 50%, and your chargeback ratio is 20 to 30%, what does that mean? Let's say you sell a policy that's $100 a month premium. You multiply that by 9, that's 900. You get 30% of that up front, or whatever, or that I believe is like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $300, $250. Don't quote me on this, guys. This is just numbers off my head. So you make $300 off of a $900. So you don't have that much money unless you're selling multiple insurance policies per week of 10 to 15. You don't have enough money to invest in leads. So if your compensation is not right, I'd say go look at different companies out there that offer good compensation and good training so you can be able to, one, be in the right system, in the right structure to be able to sell more and book more appointments. Because you have to understand something is to be able to book more appointments, you need to keep your pipeline full. To keep your pipeline full, you need cash. You need money. And if your compensation is not ideal, you're not really going to make that much money. That's the reason why agents who are at 25, 30% compensation end up just selling to warm leads and warm referrals and warm market, because they can't afford to spend on marketing, because you can't because you're not making any money. You're not making any money. So I'm going to say this: go fix your competition. Go get with the right company. Number 4, appointment setter. You need an appointment setter. If you need 14 appointments per day, ask yourself this: how are you going to set 14 appointments and run 14 appointments in a day and book all the appointments by yourself? You see, most people are so in a scarcity mindset that they're afraid to spend $8 to $10 an hour to hire a staff member to help them book appointments. Let me tell you about the opportunity cost. Let's say you are dialing your leads yourself and you're only able to book 15 appointments and 5 of them show up. You make what? And you sell, let's say you make $500 to sell a policy. You sell $500. You sell 5 a week off of a $500 profit margin. You make $2,500, right? Hey, you're like, man, 10 grand a month. Good money, right? Versus if you are leveraging an appointment setter, let's say you're paying $8 to $10 an hour and you're working 40 hours a week and you're paying them $400, right? Let's say you pay them $400, right? And this appointment setter is able to book you 15 appointments per day. Okay, 14, 15, let's say 10 appointments. So they're able to book you 10 appointments per day, right? Instead of your 15 closing 5, now you're getting 10 appointments per day. 10 times 5 is what? 50. Now you're closing 25. So that 25 times the $500 ticket item, now you are $10,000 a week. You went from $10,000 a month working by yourself to $10,000 a week by leveraging the power of an appointment setter. If you want to be a top producer, you have to think like one. You cannot be in a scarcity mindset, always being afraid, because guess what? Fear of failure is evidence of failure. And if you are, let me tell you this. If you're somebody who's always afraid, you never move, you never take action because you're thinking, oh man, if I spend the money, I'm going to lose the money. Guess what? You've already lost the money. You've already lost the money just based on the fact that you are so afraid of taking action. Like, if you're so afraid of taking action, then why in God's name do you go out? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the greatest risk you can take is not taking a risk. Imagine if you said, I am so scared of dying that I never leave my house because I don't want to get in a car accident or get whatever happens outside, right? Fair. That absolutely makes sense. 100%. You stay at home, right? What progress are you making in your life? 0. But every time you leave your house, you walk out the door, you get out the shower, you are deciding to take a risk. And you not investing in your business, not investing in staff is the reason why you're taking a risk. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. When I was selling insurance, I remember this. I had $842 left in my account, and I was going to purchase leads, and it was going to, with the discount, was running me at $825. I am terrible at cooking. I'm going to say this. The reason why I'm going to say this is last time I cooked was in 2015. I remember when I cooked, I didn't know this. Okay. Don't tell anybody. I didn't know you're not supposed to put water into boiling oil. I just didn't know. No one ever told me this, or rather, I didn't really research it. And I was looking at the recipe, and the recipe says add water somewhere. I don't remember. Maybe I read it wrong. But the oil was hot. I added water. Fire started. Added more water. Fire started. Next thing, the kitchen was on fire. Next thing you know, fire extinguisher. We put it out. All that stuff. Right? But moral of the story: I don't cook. Okay, traumatized. Out of $842, I spent $825, which means I had less than $17 left in my account, and I took a leap of faith. And you're probably thinking, "Oh man, did you make the money back?" Nope. I had some extra money coming in, and I still kept investing, and it got to the point where I was making $8,000 a day. I stopped selling insurance, and as everyone knows, was because, personally, because of me. If I was being honest with you, I got lazy. I 100% got lazy. I could have kept selling, and I could have kept making good money, but I just got lazy. I was just like, the thing is, when you work for money, once you get the amount of money that you want, what other reason do you have to work? My bills were paid. Everything was paid. I had no incentive to get out there and actually work. Okay. I didn't know this until now. Right. Until, a while back, but I understand, but you get the point. The main point is this, you have to take the risk. And if investing in leads and investing in CRM and investing in staff and investing in the knowledge by working with the right team, obviously the right team is up to you. We're not an insurance agency. Not yet. We're not an insurance agency. So you choose whoever you're going to go work with. Just make sure that you're getting the right support, the right team, and then you're also getting the right amount of training, and you're getting paid enough money to invest in leads. That's all I can say. Now listen, guys, that's all I got for you. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. And like I said, my name is Emmanuel, and it's a pleasure having you guys, watch me and